Anyone in the country can buy a small, remote-controlled drone. They're soaring in popularity. But what happens if a passenger plane has to dodge one on landing?
The FAA said today this is becoming a very serious problem, with several reports of close calls with drones every day.
A near nightmare in the sky. A passenger plane nearly crashes into a camouflaged drone flying at 2,300 feet, well above the typical altitude for a private drone.
The medical chopper pilot was airlifting a patient yesterday. He spotted a large drone in his flight path. The pilot swerved and avoided a catastrophe by less than 20 feet.
Researchers just documented 192 drone flights near Daytona Beach Airport over just 13 days. 1 in 5 posing a risk to aircraft.
We just had something fly over, so I don't know if it was a drone or a balloon.
Airbus reported a drone passing over the top of them.
We saw a drone aircraft. What altitude did you see that aircraft? About 1,500.
It's a rapidly growing threat, with 2 million drones estimated to be in the hands of American hobbyists by the end of 2019.
And security experts say most airports are not prepared to deal with them.
A drone impacting an airplane could result in loss of the airplane and loss of life. This is a very serious threat.
By law, drones are not required to be registered, so cracking down essentially means having local law enforcement catch the operator in the act.
We want a system that is integrated, not only from the tower, but all the way down to local law enforcement. So that response is, quick and it's efficient. Time is of the essence, and we need not only the rules, but the technologies in place to be able to appropriately protect the critical infrastructures.
Yeah, so I agree with you. Time is of the essence here. We just got to get this done.
With a federal mandate to report illegal unmanned aerial vehicle activities, our responders face a growing challenge, and SafeFlight has developed an efficient and economical solution. Using visual map technology and guided protocols, SafeFlight allows the air traffic controller or 911 dispatcher to triage incoming UAS drone calls to make the binary decision to dispatch or not dispatch. With SafeFlight, responding officers can validate UAS calls against a database of potential federal, state, and local violations. SafeFlight provides responding officers with focused tools to conduct a comprehensive investigation, including the extraction of forensic data evidence from the offending drone. SafeFlight facilitates the collection of information, including statements of victims, witnesses, and offenders, aggregating all data into federally compliant incident reporting. The end product of a SafeFlight investigation is a prosecution-ready incident report that, upon supervisory approval, is distributed to appropriate referral agencies, such as the FAA and local prosecutors. The SafeFlight product is the result of more than 4 years of research and development with experts in law enforcement, aviation, and other disciplines. The initial requirements were assembled into wireframes in 2018, and our Android minimal viable product was delivered during the Air Force Accelerator in April 2019. In October 2019, the decision was made to convert the existing Android code into agnostic ionic progressive web apps. This eliminates the need for multiple platform-specific versions, allowing SafeFlight to go to market with a single universal application that will run on all available platforms and devices. The estimated time to completion is the first quarter of 2020. The SafeFlight team was founded by John Abbey, a retired chief of police and 25-year law enforcement veteran. John retired to consult for Motorola, HP, Anderson Consulting, and others on mobile computing and public safety technology, and has 20 years of experience in public safety software design and management of the development process. As the UAS enforcement problem was identified, John consulted with top FAA experts and New Air staff, who provided valuable insight into the development of requirements and functionality. That initial team was later expanded to several critical mentors from the U.S. Air Force, DARPA, MITRE, and other organizations. In the product development phase, Justin Forsyth developed the SafeFlight MVP product, which was unveiled in April 2019. Justin joined SafeFlight after completing his commission as a U.S. Air Force officer, serving as the program manager and lead developer of the AFRL ATAC program in Rome. He is a Syracuse resident and completed his MSEE at Syracuse University. Justin is assisted by software developer Christopher Free. Christopher is also a Syracuse resident and is completing his degree at SU. SafeFlight's final production version development effort is led by Larry King, a 30-year veteran of the semiconductor industry and a top-tier software developer specializing in state-of-the-art technology platforms. A pioneer in progressive web apps, Larry has been instrumental in reducing development time and the need for supporting resources. Once the SafeFlight production software is completed and tested at the New Air Griffiths test range, our greatest challenge will be to deploy in as many as 600 FAA facilities and 6,000 911 centers in Phase 1. In Phase 2, we will seek to incrementally deploy to more than 400,000 law enforcement responders. Remote training that automates yet individualizes the training process for various user groups is essential. To achieve this, SafeFlight has brought on Kevin Shattuck, who for 25 years has developed computer and multimedia training and certification programs for defense contractors and government agencies, including the Central Intelligence Agency and the National Reconnaissance Office. He will manage the SafeFlight Tech Garden and New York Griffiths operations. Kevin is a Skaneateles resident and a Syracuse University graduate. Rounding out SafeFlight's initial go-to-market team is David Lincoln Jr. Dave will provide legal expertise in deployment and ensure our software is compliant with all laws and regulations. He has an extensive background in aviation UAS law and most recently served on the UAS staff at FAA headquarters. Dave also serves in the United States Navy Judge Advocate General's Corps, is licensed to practice law in New York, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, and the USPTO, and is an adjunct law professor at George Mason University. Through our membership at the Tech Garden, we have come to understand the intrinsic value of Genius New York to a company at our stage of development. No other experience could place us in the heart of UAS testing and research, and provide us with the structured program Genius New York provides. We now find ourselves at the beginning of our go-to-market phase, starting with extensive testing under our contract with New Air. We have already developed testing partner relationships with the New York State Police and the Oneida County Sheriff's Office, and with its world-class airports and law enforcement agencies, we anticipate more high-profile New York State clients. As we progress toward entry into the national market, we believe that SafeFlight and Genius New York could not be a better match. SafeFlight's commitment to Central New York is driven by several factors: a well-educated workforce, the area's desirable quality of life, and the fact that the Syracuse-Rome drone corridor is at the epicenter of the burgeoning UAS universe. SafeFlight is already a resident member of the Tech Garden Startup Program and is committed to the New York Jobs Program. With 3 current Central New York residents on our team, we are well on our way to exceeding our commitment of no fewer than 5 local hires during our initial contract period. CEO John Abbey will be resident during the program and will recruit for additional positions through our relationships with Syracuse University and Center State CEO. Just a half-decade into the rapid growth of the UAS drone market, more than 1.5 million drones are registered with the FAA, and perhaps millions more are flying without registration. Many of these operators lack knowledge or concern for laws, regulations, and rules of safety. In 2016, the FAA relegated direct response for UAS incidents to state, county, and municipal law enforcement agencies, leaving 500,000 officers with no standardized enforcement or reporting protocols. In 2018, Congress mandated the FAA administrator to initiate mandatory reporting for all drone violation incidents, but law enforcement still lacks the tools to do the job, and the danger is only growing. SafeFlight's 4-year investment of research and development has yielded a working MVP product to address the desperate need: safety in the air through a comprehensive UAS enforcement, education, and incident reporting system. We believe our turnkey solution is the only one currently being considered by the FAA to achieve compliance with these mandates, and Interpol is looking at SafeFlight as a universal solution for their 193 other member countries as well. The need is clear. The technology is here. The opportunity is now.